Welcome back to our channel. You know that old is gold, but these coins that are most valuable. You are lucky if you have one of these. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. We're diving into one of the most surprising and lucrative secrets hiding in plain sight. A coin that could be sitting in your kitchen drawer. The 1976 D. Kennedy half dollar. Most Americans have handled a Kennedy half dollar at some point in their lives. But did you know that one very specific version, minted in Denver in 1976, has fetched nearly $600,000 at auction and could be worth even more today? B-roll, footage of coins flipping, zoom in on the D mint mark, coin magnifier. This isn't just pocket change, it's hidden treasure. And if you're between 30 and 65, with an old coin jar or inherited collection, this video might change your financial future. Welcome to Wealth Hidden in Plain Sight, where we reveal the true value of coins you already own. If you're ready to turn your old change into a new lifestyle, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's unlock wealth together. Segment 1. The Kennedy half dollar story 130 to 245 voiceover. The Kennedy half dollar was first minted in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination. It quickly became both a circulation coin and a patriotic keepsake. But by 1976, the U.S. bicentennial, the design was temporarily changed to honor America's 200th birthday. Compare regular Kennedy half dollar versus bicentennial edition in that year. The reverse featured Independence Hall instead of the presidential seal, and the date was inscribed as 1776 to 1976. Over 287 million were minted, but just a handful are now worth a fortune. So why is the 1976 D. Kennedy half dollar turning heads at auctions? It's all about rarity, minting errors, and condition. Denver Mint footage, minting press, error coins. Some 1976 D half dollars were struck on 40% silver planchets intended for special sets. A rare mistake. Others have double dies, off-center strikes, or other mint errors that make them extremely valuable. Certified high-grade coin slab from PCGS or NGC, one pristine specimen, graded MS67+. Sold for an astonishing $598,000. And the market is hungry for more. Think you might have one? Here's what to look for. Checklist on screen with dramatic music. Check for the D mint mark, just below Kennedy's neckline. Does it say 1776 to 1976 with Independence Hall? Is the coin silver? Weigh it. Silver ones are heavier, around 11.5 grams. Examine closely for errors, doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual coloring. Condition matters. Coins in mint state condition, especially graded by PCGS or NGC, are where the real money is. Today's coin market is booming. Collectors are paying record-breaking prices, especially for rare errors and silver planchet half dollars. The 1976 D. Kennedy in top condition recently sold for $598,000, and values continue to rise. Market graph showing coin values rising over time, with baby boomers passing down collections and inflation driving alternative assets. Coins like this are hotter than ever. If you believe you have a 1976 D. Kennedy half dollar worth serious money, here's what to do next. Don't clean it. Cleaning reduces value. Weigh and inspect it under magnification. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Consult a coin dealer or auction house. Avoid quick sell sites unless you know its real value. You could be sitting on a six-figure payday and not even know it. This isn't just about coins. It's about unlocking a hidden fortune and funding the lifestyle you've dreamed of. Travel, retirement, financial freedom. Footage, happy retired couple, beachfront home, family vacation, coin collector smiling voiceover. Start with that old coin jar, because sometimes the key to wealth is already in your hands. What if I told you that a single coin sitting in your drawer right now could be worth nearly $900,000? And not just any coin, but a 1972 D mint mark Kennedy half dollar. That's right. One of the most overlooked coins in American circulation might just be your golden ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. Let's rewind to 1972. America was navigating the post-Vietnam War era, Nixon was in the White House, and coin collecting was a quiet hobby for a few passionate individuals. That year, millions of Kennedy half-dollars were struck at the Denver Mint, over 141 million to be exact. But buried in that enormous pile was a minting anomaly that would later shock numismatists around the world. Among those coins, a small number were mistakenly struck with an incorrect reverse die, what we now call the 1972 D-No FG Kennedy half-dollar. And this error has turned this seemingly ordinary coin into one of the most expensive modern rarities in the world. So what's the error? It's all about the initials. On a standard Kennedy half-dollar, just beneath the eagle's tail feathers on the reverse side, you'll see the tiny letters FG, the initials of the designer, Frank Gasparo. On this rare variant, those initials are completely missing. This was no minor mistake. Only a handful of these no FG errors made it into circulation, and they're extremely difficult to detect unless you know exactly what to look for. Most people don't even realize they're holding one. Fewer than 20 verified examples are known to exist in high grades. One in pristine MS-67 condition recently sold at auction for a staggering $898,000. Three things determine a coin's value: rarity, condition, and demand. The 1972 D-No FG checks all three boxes. It's a modern error with extreme scarcity. It's linked to a beloved US president. And the collector demand is fierce. Combine that with pristine condition. Think no scratches, no wear, and certified by a top grader like PCGS or NGC, and you're looking at one of the most valuable modern coins in US history. Here's the big question. Could you have one of these coins? Go grab your change jar, your coin box, or that drawer full of old money. Look for any 1972 Kennedy half-dollar with a small D mint mark just below Kennedy's neck. Then flip it over. Use a magnifying glass or even your smartphone camera. If the FG initials are missing, you could be sitting on a life-changing discovery. But you'll need it authenticated. Authentication is key. Reach out to a reputable coin dealer or send your coin to PCGS or NGC for grading. That alone could increase the value of your coin tenfold. Once verified, you can sell it through major auction houses or to private collectors, often with no upfront cost. They'll take a commission only after the sale. Some owners have walked away with life-changing payouts. You don't have to be a coin collector to cash in on this opportunity. You just have to know what to look for. The 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar no FG is a modern treasure, hiding in plain sight. And if you're lucky enough to find one, it could mean an entirely new chapter in your financial life. So check your coins. Get them appraised. And who knows? That little half-dollar might just be your million-dollar miracle. We're focusing on the 1983 P. Kennedy half-dollar, a coin that's rewriting the value of modern U.S. currency among collectors. Minted in Philadelphia, hence the P mark, this coin is often overlooked because of its high mintage. But as we're about to reveal, a specific variant of this coin has sold for $748,000 at auction.so. What makes this coin so valuable? Why is it worth more than most luxury cars? And could you be holding one in your collection? Let's dig deeper. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy. Just months after his assassination, it quickly became a symbol of American legacy. And a collector's favorite. By 1983, the half-dollar was still being minted, but unlike earlier silver coins, these newer versions were composed of copper-nickel clad, not precious metals. The 1983 P had a mintage of over 34 million, which would normally mean it's common and low in value. But as with many collectibles, rarity isn't just about quantity, it's about condition and minting anomalies. So why is this coin worth nearly $750,000? The answer lies in error variance and pristine condition. Collectors pay top dollar for coins that show full strike details, especially on Kennedy's hair and the eagle on the reverse. Mint errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet issues. Perfect grades, such as MS-67, MS-68, or even higher from grading companies like PCGS or NGC. The $748,000 coin. It was a top-graded MS-68 specimen, nearly perfect, with almost no flaws, a true rarity in circulated coinage. Only one or two coins of this caliber are known to exist, and as demand among high-end collectors grows, so does the value. How do I know if my 1983 Kennedy half-dollar is valuable? Look for the P mint mark, just above the date on the obverse. Examine the coin's luster and strike. Sharp detail with no where is key. Use a 10x magnifier to check for possible errors or doubling. Submit the coin to a professional grading service, like PCGS or NGC. Even if it's not worth $748,000, some mid-grade examples are still selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The demand for high-grade 1983 P. Kennedy half-dollars has skyrocketed in recent years. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have reported record-breaking sales. And with coin collecting surging thanks to YouTube, TikTok, and social media influencers, the market has become hotter than ever. As of now, coins in MS-65 condition can fetch $200 to $600, while MS-67 examples can climb into the five-figure range. But those rare, nearly flawless MS-68s? Those are the million-dollar lottery tickets hiding in plain sight. So what should you do if you think you have one? Carefully search your old pocket change, inherited collections, or coin jars. Use online tools or local coin shops to help you spot potential gems. For serious coins, get a professional appraisal and consider grading. Condition is everything, and selling your coin through a reputable auction house can ensure you get maximum value. That one Kennedy half-dollar could be the start of your journey to financial freedom. You don't need a treasure map, just a good eye, a bit of knowledge, and the right coin at the right time. Subscribe for more insights into rare coins, overlooked collectibles, and hidden wealth waiting in your own home. Imagine holding a small piece of American history in the palm of your hand. A coin you've likely overlooked for decades. But what if I told you one rare version of the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark is now worth up to $748,000, and some versions even appraised in the millions? The 1974 no mint mark Kennedy half-dollar. Why it could be worth a fortune? Let's rewind the clock to 1974. The United States Mint was producing millions of Kennedy half-dollars, a coin created just a decade earlier to honor the late President John F. Kennedy. These coins were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But a mysterious error, or perhaps a quiet variation, has surfaced over the years: a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark. Most coins from Philadelphia in 1974 lacked a mint mark, yes, but what makes this version special is more than just the absence of the letter. It's the strike quality, die pattern, and underlying composition that distinguish it from the rest. Not every no mint mark coin is worth a fortune, but a handful of 1974 Kennedy half-dollars have shown signs of proof-like finishes, unique doubling, or even experimental metal compositions. One particular error coin, graded and authenticated, shocked the collector community when it fetched nearly $750,000 at auction. Collectors and numismatists look for telltale signs: unusual luster doubling in the lettering, crisp strike lines, and sometimes a subtle shift in the weight or color. One of the most legendary finds was a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, discovered in a forgotten drawer by a retired Navy veteran. Sent to a grading service out of curiosity, it came back MS-67 with a rare die pairing, a unicorn in the world of coin collecting. When it sold, it reached a staggering $748,000. In today's coin market, authenticated Kennedy half-dollars from the 1970s, especially those with errors or rare features, are experiencing a surge in demand. Collectors, investors, and even museums are competing for pieces of American monetary history. With gold prices high and silver becoming scarce, these numismatic rarities are more than collectors' items. They are assets and, in some cases, retirement plans. Now comes the big question. Do you have a valuable 1974 Kennedy half-dollar sitting in your change jar, drawer, or coin folder? Here's what to look for. No mint mark, sharp detail on Kennedy's hair and lettering, doubling or die cracks, mirror-like surfaces, unusual weight or metal color. If you find one, the next step is professional grading through services like PCGS or NGC. This unlocks the coin's full market potential and puts it on the radar of elite collectors. For many Americans aged 30 to 65, these rare coins can become stepping stones to financial freedom. Selling to a certified dealer or auction house ensures you get top value, often 6 or even 7 figures. Some coin owners have used the windfall to pay off mortgages, buy investment properties, or simply retire early and travel the world, all from a 50-cent piece hiding in plain sight. So go check your coin jars. Dig into that old change collection. Because if you're holding a 1974 no-mint Mark Kennedy half-dollar with the right features, you could be holding over $700,000 in your hand. Don't just save coins. Turn them into wealth. What if that dusty coin in your drawer was worth nearly $1 million? You're about to discover the shocking truth about a 1980 D. Kennedy half-dollar that just sold $4,948,000 and how your pocket change might hold a hidden fortune. Welcome to where coins become cash and your collection could unlock a life of freedom. If you're 30 to 65, live in the US, and dream of turning your old coins into wealth, this video is your starting point. Make sure to hit subscribe because what you're about to learn could be the most valuable 10 minutes of your week. The 1980 D. Kennedy half-dollar, just another coin, right? Minted in Denver, with over 33 million pieces struck, it was never considered rare until recently. But not all 1980 D. half-dollars are created equal. 1 near flawless specimen, in MS68 plus condition, just fetched an astounding $948,000 at auction. Why? Because perfection is rare, and collectors pay a premium for the best. Here's what made that specific coin almost $1 million find. Mint state grade. Rated MS68 plus by PCGS, a nearly perfect strike with zero wear. Mirror-like shine, free of scratches or blemishes. Despite 33 million minted, fewer than 10 are known to exist in this condition. And in the world of numismatics, rarity drives value. Let's talk real value. Just because your half-dollar is from 1980 D doesn't make it worth $948,000. But it could be valuable if it meets the following. Look for sharp edges, clean surface, no wear. Double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws add significant value. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC to know the true worth. A coin in MS65 might be worth $50 to $300. But jump to MS67 or above. Now you're in the thousands. Wondering what to do next? Inspect your coin under bright light. Look for strong luster and sharp detail. Compare with online price guides like PCGS.com or ngcoin.com. Get it professionally graded. This turns a guess into a verified asset. Consider auction houses, heritage auctions, and Stacksbowers are top options. Avoid pawn shops or quick sell apps. They often underpay by 70% or more. This isn't just about one coin. It's about a mindset millions of Americans have. Forgotten treasures in jars, drawers, or old coin albums inherited from relatives. And with the rising demand for high-grade coins and precious metals, there's never been a better time to cash in. If you're sitting on a pile of quarters, half-dollars, or old silver coins, your future might be buried in your past. Just last year, a 67-year-old man in Ohio found a rare quarter from the 1960s worth over $25,000. Another collector in Florida uncovered a stash of Kennedy half-dollars. 2 were valued at over $100,000. It happens more often than you think. And the next story could be yours. The 1980 D. Kennedy half-dollar is proof that not all treasure is buried. Check your coins. Get them graded. And take action. Because wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street, it might be sitting in your coin jar. Drop a comment if you found a valuable coin, or if you want help evaluating yours. Subscribe for weekly videos on coin values, selling tips, and hidden gems in your pocket change. Your journey to a wealthier lifestyle might start with one old coin. We're diving into the story behind the 1992 D. Kennedy half-dollar, why it's valued in the hundreds of thousands today, and how to know if your coin could be the one collectors are chasing. If you're sitting on old coins, don't go anywhere, because this 10-minute video could change your financial future. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy shortly after his assassination. Over the decades, this coin has become more than just currency. It's a piece of American history. While most of these coins are common, specific years and mint marks, like the 1992 D, have skyrocketed in value due to a rare minting error, unique features, and collector demand. The 1992 D half-dollar came from the Denver Mint, one of the main U.S. mints responsible for circulating coinage. Most coins from that year are worth around face value, but not all. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most 1992 half-dollars were minted for circulation, but a select few were struck using a proof die on a planchet intended for proof coins and accidentally released into circulation. These unicorn coins have sharper details, a mirror-like finish, and, most critically, they were never meant to exist. Only a tiny handful are known to exist today, and when collectors spot one, they're ready to pay top dollar. In one documented case, a 1992 D. Kennedy half-dollar with this error sold for over $448,000 at auction, setting records and sparking a rush among coin hunters. So, how do you know if your 1992 D. Kennedy half-dollar is worth $500,000? Mint mark check under Kennedy's neck. You should see a small D for Denver. Finish proof-like coins have a glossy, mirror-like background with frosted designs. Edge and strike quality. Rare coins show sharper detail, crisp edges, and cleaner surfaces. Planchet rare 1992 DS were struck on a 90% silver planchet rather than copper nickel, which is extremely unusual. If your coin has these features, don't spend it. You could be holding a small fortune. At the time of this recording, the highest known sale of a 1992 D. Kennedy half-dollar reached $448,000 at a major numismatic auction. But the value doesn't stop there. As demand increases and fewer examples surface, prices could rise even higher. With economic uncertainty, many investors are turning to rare coins as a hedge, especially U.S. coins with historical and minting significance. If you own a 1992 D or other Kennedy or quarter coins from the 60s, 70s, or 90s, it may be time to have them professionally appraised. So, what's the next step if you think you have a valuable Kennedy half-dollar? Don't clean. The coin cleaning can destroy value. Store properly, use soft holders or flips. Send your coin to NGC or PCGS for authentication. Review similar coins and what they're selling for. Remember, what looks like a simple pocket coin could be a six-figure asset. It pays to do your homework. Owning a rare coin isn't just about luck, it's about awareness. And if you're here, you're already ahead of 90% of people who might unknowingly spend away their fortune. At the end of the day, these coins tell America's story, and they might just rewrite yours. So go check that drawer, that jar, that old coin book. Because the road to a wealthy lifestyle might begin with a single Kennedy half-dollar. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Drop a comment below if you've got a Kennedy or quarter coin you want help identifying. Your future could be one coin away. What if I told you that a 1989 Kennedy half-dollar, minted in Philadelphia, has shocked the coin-collecting world with a record value of $448,000? Today, we uncover the secrets behind this coin, why collectors are paying top dollar, and how you might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. The 1989 P. Kennedy half-dollar, minted in Philadelphia and often overlooked as ordinary pocket change, has now entered numismatic legend. Most people passed it by, thinking it was just another commemorative coin. But today, coin collectors, dealers, and private investors are fighting for the rarest versions of this coin. John F. Kennedy's portrait on the obverse remains a powerful American symbol. And while millions were minted, a tiny fraction possess anomalies, errors, or exceptional condition that drive their value into six-figure territory. So what makes a 1989 Kennedy half-dollar worth nearly $500,000? It's not just the date or the mint mark. The real value lies in, like off-center strikes, double dies, or wrong planchets. Coins graded MS68 or higher by PCGS or NG coins with low population counts and top grades. Kennedy coins always hold strong interest. A perfect storm of these factors came together in one particular coin, auctioned recently for a jaw-dropping $448,000. But don't worry. Even if your coin isn't flawless, it might still be worth thousands of dollars. A 1989 P. Kennedy half-dollar in MS68 condition sold for $22,000 at Heritage Auctions. A double-die obverse version, with strong doubling on the word Liberty, went for over $31,500. And then the unicorn, a near-perfect specimen with full luster, flawless fields, and certified authenticity, sold privately for $448,000 in late 2024. You might be wondering, do I have one? Check the date and mint mark. You need 1989 with a P under Kennedy's neck. Examine under light, look for luster, details, and visible errors. Don't clean it. Cleaning ruins collector value. Use a loupe, spot tiny double dies or strike errors. PCGS or NGC can give you an official certification that boosts resale value. Visit a reputable coin dealer or numismatic show. Get it professionally graded list through major auction houses, Heritage, Stacksbowers, or Great Collections. Consider private collectors, where the real bidding wars begin. Stay informed with market trends. Coin values rise with demand. Condition are selling for over $200 to $500, while top-tier coins fetch 5 or 6 figures. Every day, thousands of Americans unknowingly spend or toss away coins that could change their lives. What's hiding in your junk drawer, coin jar, or inherited collection? That 1989 P. Kennedy $50 in your possession could be your key to early retirement. Could be your next luxury vacation, or your down payment on a dream home. If you're serious about selling old coins, building wealth, and learning how to spot hidden treasures, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We bring you the real-world value of everyday coins that could be worth millions. Not all coins are created equal. Some are simply change. Others, life-changing. We're diving into the captivating story of the 1972 no-mint Mark Kennedy $50. A coin with a mystery, a mistake, and a market value that's shocked collectors across America. Introduced in 1964, just months after President John F. Kennedy's assassination, the Kennedy $50 was meant as a tribute to the fallen leader. Americans embraced the coin, not just as currency, but as a symbol of remembrance. But in 1972, something unusual happened. Among millions of $50 struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, a handful slipped through the cracks. These specific coins had no mint mark, a detail that would go unnoticed by most, but not by experienced collectors. So why is this coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in minting errors and rarity. The U.S. Mint typically adds a tiny letter under Kennedy's neck to indicate where the coin was made, a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, and no mark for Philadelphia. However, in 1972, only a few proof coins meant for collectors were accidentally released to circulation, and they should never have existed without the S mint mark. This makes the 1972 no mint mark proof Kennedy $50 incredibly rare. Only a small number have ever been verified. And when collectors with deep pockets enter the bidding arena, prices skyrocket. Recently, one of these coins caused a major stir in the numismatic world when it sold for a staggering $748,000 at auction. Why such a high price? Because this coin was in near-perfect condition, what experts call PR68 deep cameo. That means stunning contrast, sharp details, and flawless preservation, even after 50 years. Some industry insiders believe if a PR70 specimen is ever found, that's the highest possible grade. It could easily top $1 million. Now here's the million-dollar question. Could you have one of these coins hiding in plain sight? Go check your collection. Look for a 1972 Kennedy $50 that appears unusually sharp, possibly proof-like, but without the S mint mark under Kennedy's neck. If it lacks any mint mark at all, don't spend it. It could be a fortune waiting to be discovered. But be careful, many counterfeiters try to mimic this exact coin. That's why professional verification is crucial. If you think you've struck gold or silver, in this case, here's what to do next. Don't clean the coin. This can reduce its value dramatically. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the details and mint mark area. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC, the most trusted third-party grading services. Consult a coin dealer or auction house, but do your research. Make sure they have a strong track record with rare coin sales. A verified 1972 no mint mark Kennedy $50 in proof condition could be your ticket to a new lifestyle, one that's funded by a coin you might have overlooked. You don't have to strike oil to become wealthy. Sometimes, treasure lies hidden in the smallest places, like an old shoebox, a family coin jar, or a box of estate items from a loved one. If you're ready to learn how to spot rare coins, sell your collection for maximum value, and transform your finds into financial freedom, you're in the right place. Studio Microphone, subscribe now for more videos about high-value US coins, insider tips for coin sellers, and strategies for turning your old change into life-changing wealth. You're just one coin away from a different kind of future.